Hey kids, we made it. Let's bring me up a little bit here. Woohoo! Welcome everyone. Mark Miller here. Glad to have you with us as usual. Another episode of CodeRushed. I am starting about an hour earlier than Rory is. He'll come in about an hour from now. And let's get right into it. We'll talk about what we're going to do today, and I'll tell you what my focus is. At least what I started. Although it's funny. As soon as I started the show, I was like, "Oh, I want to do something else instead." So, we'll see where we end up going. But this is the page I'm kind of looking at right here. This is the intelligence. I'm sorry, not the intelligence. This is the spellcasting scroll page right there. And I'll show you what it looks like here on the stream. We click over here. Right now it looks like that. It is not terribly helpful or useful right now. It's pretty empty. Also notice instead of spelling out charisma, it's got a spellcasting ability of 32, which is not what we want. We want to change that. Spell attack is looks like the wrong data is there. It looks like it's taking the spell save data from here and putting it in the wrong side. So we need to fix that. And also the spell DC, which is the spell attack is nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure where that is. So we got some problems there. On the top of that, we have my spec for this, which is going to look a little bit something like this. Here, let me take these two pieces, group those, and I don't know, I'll move them over here for a second. This is what my spec looks like, something more like this. So we have these pieces filled out here, and I changed these two. Let me delete both of those. Let's go over to here. Grab these. I just changed the look of these. I wanted them to be visually distinct and unique. Let's copy those, get them over here. All right, like that. So we just have some shapes that are unique. They're just going to help people find and recognize what they're looking at a little faster here. So all of these major attributes, these very important attributes, have different size boxes around them, for example. So here you can see load. It looks a little bit like a weight that you might lift up. Gold piece looks like a prize or something along those lines, like a bonus, kind of like a diamond a little bit, maybe, so something of value there. So if there's a way to kind of give a sense, allude to what the shape was doing, like armor class looks a little bit like a shield, that sort of thing. My hit points and my temp hit points are kind of connected. We've got this kind of shape right here. Excuse me, I think I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Did not hit the mute button in time for that. So that's kind of what's going on there. Just a little bit of using some shapes there so that things are visually distinct. Also, if we go out and look at what we're basing some of this on, out here in D&D and Beyond, they do similar kinds of things. And so we looked at what the shapes, or I looked at what the shapes were used, that they were using here, and attempted to duplicate those shapes when it made sense to do that. So there's the armor class shape right there. Initiative shape is here. So we're trying to duplicate some of the look and the feel of what's already been established, while still giving it the look and feel of a scroll opening up, kind of an organized scroll. So this is where I wanted to go. But like at the last minute, I was like, wait a second. And I thought of something different. Let's do this. Let's push in this direction a little bit. And I'll show you I have this interesting idea for a second direction. Maybe we'll do that when Rory shows up. So we'll work on this till we hear Rory, and then we'll move forward. So let's look at my bugs, and let's fix the bugs first. I'm going to work in this right here instead of the live stream because it's a little faster. Let's hide the scroll off the live stream. And by the way, welcome to everyone who's out there. How are you guys doing? Let me know. And we'll get into this. So the first thing I think I want to do is I think I want to work on hold on a second. Let's do, oh, you know what? We've got to, this is interesting. I just realized if I do this so that we can test, the live stream has also has the scroll coming up to block. And if I try to hide the scroll, it hides it over on the other page as well. So what I can do about that is I can, on one of my pages, I'm going to just jump to this particular scene right here, and I am going to hide the back overlay on this page. So we will bring up the scroll, and I'm going to hide that like that. So we're not going to see that scroll blocking for a while till I unhide that, or if we switch to another scene. But as long as we're on this scene, we should be good. So we can kind of focus in this space right here. So now if I click on the spellcasting page, why is that not working? There we go. Okay, I think there's I've identified the bug. Okay, so there, I've clicked on the spellcasting page. And now this part right here, this 32, I want that to show whatever the appropriate ability is. Now, let's go down here and let's go find ability. There it is right there. Let's tab to next reference on this. I want to see if we've got anything that's like anything that converts this to a string. Hoping that I would quickly kind of see like a function that returns this, but it looks like we're using this all over the place. And I'm not sure I want to necessarily do the enum call because I kind of want to, yeah, and I've circled all the way around. So I don't have that. Let's figure out where that data is coming from. It's been a while since I've worked down in the character stats scroll. Let's go find spellcasting ability. Casting ability. Whoa, it's a string here. Coming from the source character spellcasting ability. Let's go back into, let's go look at my D&D app and go find that. So this is what we're sending down using Signal R. There it is right here, but this is of type ability. So what I think I really want to do is let's close the app down and let's change this. Let's create a new property of type string. It's going to be read-only property. So I'm going to use the templates, CodeRushed templates, read-only property. So R is read-only, S is of type string, and I do not want backing store, so I'm going to put a comma, which gives me a shorter version of it, of the template, and it just gives me that. Just a very quick way to get that read-only with one getter right there. And I'm going to call this the spell casting ability stir, like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to return, because we've got up here in the higher level stuff, we've got this D&D utils dot toAbility stir, I think is what we've got. ToAbility display string. And we're going to pass in the spell casting ability, like that. And I'm not sure if I need to do this for read-only properties or not, but I think I was running into a problem where I was like, wait, I wasn't seeing a property that was read-only that was serialized, and so I give it a special attribute. But let's see if we can get this serialized. So with that done, that should be serialized if what I've read is true. So now what we need to do is down in the overlays here, we want to say spellcasting ability on the character, which is a string. I want to set it equal to this instead of this, and this source character is this piece that is signal R'd in. So copy attributes from is whoa, get out of here, Jetsam, get out of here. That guy's always trying to fly low while we're trying to do a show. We're trying to do a show here, Jetsam. Yeah, we got the internet's working today. Yesterday was a tough day. Yesterday I did internet's just so at 12:59 I'm in the chat room. 12:59 my time at 1 p.m. my time. I go live with the DevExpress webinar, and at 12:59, I'm in the chat room talking to everybody, and my internet goes down. It goes down for like 15 minutes. Janiscu 7. Janiscu, you've just bumped to the top of my list on I was working on Pyrocrats. I haven't done that in a while because I just haven't had time, but we haven't seen Pyrocat in a while. Janiscu 7, you're on the top of my list right now for creating a fanfare for you. Hopefully we'll be able to honor your awesomeness here for fanfares here. Let me, it's in writing. Who's that?
He's in the house.
Oh no! Surly Dev. I'm giving it to you in writing, Janiscu 7. See that right there? That's it. I've got something imagined. I've done nothing, no work at all for your stuff. Really, just a little bit of work I've done, a little bit of research. So what's going on? This is in the constructor that takes a clone from right here. Can I tap the next reference on the constructor? Here we go. It was right. Nope, not there. Sorry. There. Right here. So initialize player data. That's when it's coming in. So we're cloning from the character that's being sent down. We're actually getting an array of characters that are coming down, and we parse those out, and then we put them in and we clone them. So when we say new character and we pass in this, it's cloning from that, copying that SignalR, that data sent through SignalR across to the instance of the character down in TypeScript. So with that, could we be actually just a refresh away from seeing if the 32 changes to Charisma? Wouldn't that be sweet? Let's see if that happens. So we have to do that. We have to start up the D&D app again, send the data over. Mr. M, I have a CodeRushed question for you. If you are in a CS HTML file and you have a color value selected and you amend it by typing on the keyboard, is that picker that comes up part of CodeRushed? Yeah, I think so, is the answer. I don't have any CS HTML files here. Wait a second, I might. Give me a sec. Do I got something here? Here we go. Let's see if I can get a color in here. Wait, this is script tag. What? I need something like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm like not Mr. Let's get something that's got more I can work with here. Something that's not just script tags. Can I do it here? I don't know if I can get a color. I'm trying to find a place to get a color tag here. If you can get me, yeah, I'm not a CS HTML guy at all, as you can tell by me wandering around in here. Can I get anything here? Background worker. I'm looking for something I can attach a color link to. If you can give me some code here, Surly Dev, and we can verify. The reason I'm not sure is because our good friends on the Visual Studio team implemented something that was similar to what we already had in CodeRushed. And so I'm not sure if what you're seeing here is us or them. However, oh, you know what I can do is I can show you what ours looks like. Hold on, let me undo this too so we're back to clean. Let's go into, I think my D&D app. I can get some color up here and you can see what our dialog looks like here. Here we go. So here, this is CodeRushed right here. And if I click on this, you can see the big clue, your big tip-off, is right there. In fact, in the older versions of CodeRushed, this wasn't here. And I said, guys, now that Visual Studio is doing it, let's tell them it's ours if we're showing ours up there. Yeah, those dastardly rascals. That's the nature of this, right? This is the tricky part of creating a product that sits inside of another product. No, CodeRushed thing isn't showing, then it's not us. Then, yeah, highly unlikely to be us. But yeah, if you see it there, then it's us. This is what ours currently looks like in this version of it right here. So, so that's kind of what's going on there. Okay. Something I wanted to do. What was I wanting to do? Not showing the color underline either. Yeah, okay. So then, yeah, that's the Visual Studios. Ours is, you've got this thing you can click on, and we give you a couple pixels here. In fact, look at this. You want to see something sweet? Right there. I'm actually underneath the pixel by about 2. It's really hard to see in this moment right here. I can come in and can I do a screenshot? No, I can't. It'll take away that. I need to get some special software to do a screenshot. But if you've got really good eyes, you can see that that hot point of the hand is about 2 pixels underneath the bar. And this is actually a spec that here we'll zoom in on it and we can see. So when the mouse even gets underneath the bar, I basically said, look, you know what we want to do with these? We don't want this to be only 3 pixels tall. We want it to be 5 pixels tall. So it's kind of like this right here. And that's the bar. So we don't have a draw down there because, you know, we want to give you space between the line below. Maybe there's uppercase letters, whatever. But we want to make it easier to hit. And so we expanded. This is a trick you can do if you've got a small target. I'm adding the Windows development team right now. Let me escape out of this and jump over and show you my pet peeve here about Windows. Right here, when I go to grab this right here, you can see my mouse is moving back and forth. They've given me a 3 pixel wide. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm out. I've only got 3 pixels right here to grab this bar, right? Only 3 pixels right there. It is not enough, especially if I've got a giant monitor, right? Now all of a sudden this bar is like impossible to hit, especially if I've got my mouse moving a little bit faster because I've got lots of screen real estate. This should be bigger. You don't have to draw the line bigger. The line can be small, but give me a flipping target to hit is what I'm looking for here. And that's what we're talking about here. So that's like the good design moment here from Mark Miller here. Oh, look at this. I've got my Stream Deck is dead in the water over on my left side over here. Got a Stream Deck problem here. Wonder if I can encourage that to, holy cow, lost all my buttons. Are you kidding me? Let's go back one more time, try and reload them. Wow. Data loss. Look at that, kids. Everything lost. All my buttons on the left deck. Luckily, I got 3, and so we're still good to go. Stunning on that. That'll be interesting to recover. I noticed Microsoft closed the issue that you wanted them to implement, something that would allow an extension to alter the line height of code in VS Code. They did close the issue. I was bummed about that. I think I even have like a command in here called VS Code maybe. There it is right there. There's the issue. This is the issue they closed. And at first I was like, wah. Wah, that was me. Wah, 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 wah. And even Miha's out here saying, hey, you guys make me sad. Oh, people are down. I should now have a campaign for people to downvote it. No, that would not be cool. Here's the thing, though. They have given me something that I think we can get some traction with. So I'm actually in email contact with the devs, and they sent me something a couple weeks ago. And in our, not this sprint, but our next sprint, we're going to throw manpower at that. And I think there's a shot that essentially in about 50 days, we'll have a free plugin for Visual Studio that shows images in the code. There's a shot. At the very least, we're going to know more in terms of where we can do that, whether we can do that or not. So, we think we got a workaround for this, and we are working on that. So even though it says closed, if we get traction, I'll put something out here and say, hey, there's a workaround for this, and it's given us some abilities to do things. So I'm pretty optimistic at this point. WorldWake pinged you with a DM regarding the compilation issues. Oh, I didn't see it, WorldWake. And to be fair, I'm like, I was like, once I'm out, oh yeah, I see it right here. I gotcha. I got a lot to read here. Clone the latest version of into a new place, tried to compile it. The errors are as follows. Tag character sheets does not exist. An XML namespace, CLR, D&D UI. Do we losing? I really haven't even checked in a character sheet. Sounds like I've got an ignore here. All right, WorldWake, I'm going to go through these. I'll do these today and run through all of these. And it does not matter that you're using VS 2019. it sounds like things need to be checked in. So thanks for that so much, WorldWake. I'll go through these and I'll ping you back. Thanks for calling that to my attention. We'll look at these later today. I'm going to say, instead of will, I'm going to say expect to look at. How, by the way, WorldWake, have you started your job now as a machine learning engineer? I think that's what we said the title was. Interested to know how that's going. Okay, so sign the offer officially today. That's awesome. Do you know that I've never officially signed any offer letter, I think? And the only offer letters I've had, I think, are from Microsoft. I think I've had 2. And both of them I was like, and it just didn't feel right, and I just kind of walked away. But yeah, so and with DevExpress, there was never an offer letter, I think, that I'm aware of. We did have a contract kind of thing. There was a little bit of something, I suppose, but that's super cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of skipping past some of the things that a lot of people kind of go through, but that's super exciting for you. So when do you start WorldWake? Is that if you care to share it? Also, keep us updated as you go through that. I'm super interested in things that you learn along the way, like that you can share that are not, obviously proprietary stuff, things along those lines, because machine learning is kind of an area I have an interest in. Probably the 11th of November. Okay, cool. That's super exciting. And are you commuting? Are you working remotely? What's your day like? Okay, so let's see. What do I want to do here? I want to go I want to see if the refresh worked. That's what I want to do. So I'm here. Go to my app. I'm seeing a little bit of flicker like we saw before. I hadn't seen any yesterday. Why do I see flicker today? Now we have to say it's not the Logitech Brio. It looks like software, the Logitech software. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing flicker here. Let's try closing some stuff down. And what else? Task Manager. I want to just see if closing apps. What else can I close? Nothing really else. The other workaround for this is that if I just hit Windows D to drop everything down like that, and then I can bring everything back up, the flickering goes away. So we've seen that happen as well. Let's go bring up our code. There it is right there. Here's our test app. Right here. I want to initialize the player data. Like that. There's our window. And then now, so if we switch characters, and then we switch to this page. Oh, nothing! Well, we did something, but we didn't do anything great. So here's my theory on this. Is over in my D&D app, it's the problem I was seeing before. If we have a read-only property, it was not serializing it. And I read in the documentation, no, it should absolutely be serializing it. But it was not serializing it. Let's double check to make sure that it's public. It was. So let's go find my the attributes I was using elsewhere to get read-only properties serialized. It wasn't JSON ignore, it was JSON's property attribute. This is what I added to include it. And let's see if this now fixes it. So we'll run now. Should just use JSON property, not the word attribute, don't need that. Okay. All right, let's now come into players. Let's initialize player data. Let's come over here. Just realized I got the scroll bar overlaying. Let's go switch to the other view. That view right there. So we have it gone. Let's switch over to Merkin and hit this page. And still nothing. try a refresh here. Because I've seen some stuff with JSON where, with SignalR where it requires a kind of a restart. Let's try one more time. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too hopeful for this. One more time. Switching characters and clicking here. Nope, nothing. All right. So let's do a getter there and send the data over one more time. Should see a breakpoint. There's a breakpoint right there. And spellcasting ability is none for one of the characters. Let's keep going, just hitting F10. None again. None. Charisma, yay. Okay. Charisma, the second one. So that, what's interesting is that one of our characters, okay, so let's jump out here. So charisma is definitely there. Now what we want to do is set a breakpoint on the other side, the TypeScript side of this thing. It's 100% remote. Going to be super cool. Apparently I have some coworkers in the same city though, but no idea where. All right, cool. Maybe a meetup is in the future here. All right, so let's see here. I wanted to go to the down below here in this space and see what's coming down here. So let's drill into that, drill into copy attributes from. We're essentially looking at this line of code right here to see if we're actually getting something coming across here or not. So let's click on initialize player data again. And the first one I'm expecting to be none. Cool. F10 again. I'm sorry, F5 again. None. Again, F5. None. And now I'm expecting charisma. Okay. So that's cool. So the ability is charisma. So now maybe the problem is we're just not drawing it. Maybe. And then let's run it. And why would we not be drawing it? This is the thing I've got to kind of figure out here. The 14 is showing up, but the other pieces are not. It's been a while since I've done this. And I'm not exactly sure how I did this, to be honest. In fact, if I just tapped in X reference here, here, and here, I just see these things. So if I go to race class, also it only shows up, well, it's in a couple of these where I'm creating test pieces here. But aside from the test piece, I declare it. I transfer the property over, copy attributes from, and then that's it. So what I want to do is I want to go through and I want to do a search for race class because I think what's happening is I'm identifying this as a string and then finding that property in that way. So let's do a find all like this and matching case and whole word and see if we see anything in a string here. Here we go. Add stat. So here's the stat we're adding right there. So add stat takes the name of the element we're going to draw and where we want to draw it. So I'm sorry to bother you, but you can open that code window with color. And again, my color visualizer isn't showing it. Yeah, it's not bothering me at all. We were here. This is what you want, right? It's early dev. All right, so let's figure out what's going on with that. So this is in the create main stats page right here. All right, cool. Let's go see where that's called. That's called here, create spell pages there. Let's go look at that. So now we have add stat, spell casting ability. Are we missing any code? The equipment page looks like this. It looks pretty similar. Create skill stats page. We just create a new page, stat page, add name, stat page. That adds, all that does is that adds the name location for it right here. Then add abilities, just for this one, it adds abilities for as stats. So not a big deal there. And we're just calling statPage.add stat. That's all we're doing. So the spellcasting ability should totally work. You know, as long as the coordinates are correct. And it's a case-sensitive match to the property that is there. And it's, so everything here should work. The only thing that might be wrong about it is these numbers might be off. It's possible. What I think I want to do, though, is I want to come in here, character stats, push, character stats. I want to go to see where we are using them. Holy cow. Here's where we're rendering them. Right there. And I think what I want, the stat has got a name, sweet. So let's see if we can set a conditional breakpoint here. When stat.name, can I do this? No IntelliSense. Really? Stat.name, looks like it's lowercase, equals, and do I have that on the clipboard? Spellcasting ability. Let's see if we can do that and then run it. And now what's happening? Did it break us? Yes. So the size, text align, text display. Well, this looks correct. What's the data? Let's see here. Active stat.render. I guess we have to go into the render function. So let's go inside there and see what's going on there. The value, it says it's undefined. What? Spellcasting ability. Why can't we go do spellcasting ability in the active character? Maybe I've made a mistake. Well, I think there's plenty of evidence to suggest that at this point, isn't there? Let's add this to the watch here. Active character, so we can drill down. Does it not have a property called spellcasting ability? It's flipping right there. Ooh, but its value is undefined. Why is its value undefined? I don't get that. You guys are mean. Just mean. Why don't we see drones out here? Are drones not launching? Really? Are we dead in the water with regards to that? Let's, did I shut down? Oh, it's because I'm in a breakpoint. Hold on. Let's run it so we get out of the breakpoint. There's the drone. The drones are working. Okay. I can't see the CodeRushed color of visualizer. Any idea why? I don't know. Maybe somebody thought it was a great idea to disable it by default. Let's see what happens. Now, you know, warning, we don't spell it like this. We spell it like that. What do we got here? Enable color visualization. See if you've got that checked right there. That may be the reason why. Yeah. I think that's it, Surly Dev. Let's see what happens if I hit default over here. Oh, look at that. It's a default. That's the answer to the question. Yeah. I think that's a mistake. Take a screenshot of this and save this for later. for later discussion. Oh, it was a close one. I almost died. Woo! Angry Little Hamster. How you doing, Angry Little Hamster? Glad you're here, Frackberg. Glad you're here. I'm just like looking at I'm just making a little visual note to myself here. What's going on here? Why is this disabled by default? I think it's a decent feature. So we run into some conflict between, we've got different devs who use CodeRushed. We've got one set of devs who are like, give me everything, right, including all the visualizations, and another set of devs that are like, I want to see no changes to my environment. I just want the speed, but I don't want to see any visual pieces. So I think we're trying to kind of strike a balance between those two kinds of devs, and so that may be off by default. So we have some of that, by the way, fixed in the CodeRushed setup wizard, but not all of it. If you go into the CodeRushed setup wizard, you've got different options for things like structural highlighting and some of the major visual pieces and things like that, where you can come in and answer yes or no. So working on kind of I think we're working on a cool feature. Is it this sprint or next sprint? I forget, but we've got kind of a variation of smart semicolon in the works called smart dot, which does the same thing as smart semicolon, moves you out to the right spot if the place you're typing the dot in doesn't make sense. So it allows you to kind of quickly get out to the end of something. So like if I'm between two parens and I type a dot, it'll pop me out to the end of the paren and start working for me, as an example. So we're working on that. I think that's kind of a cool feature coming. It's enabled but not showing your colors. What in what file? CSHTML? Is that it?
Hugo is in the house.
Thunderstruck. The Hugo doll is here, and now you've been thunderstruck. I love how the Hugo doll realizes that his name is already there and finishes it with just his post is just simply is here, and now you've been thunderstruck. I like that. Yeah, Genescu 7, AC/DC Thunderstruck. We don't have AC/DC due to copyright issues, but we got music. We can play some. We'll do that. Cool. So character stat. Where the heck am I? I'm in render, I think.
Bennett is in the house.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around, does it make a sound? Only if the matrix is stable and Overlord Mark M isn't draining resources with his drones. Yeah, I do a little bit of that draining of resources. So here's what we're trying to do for kids who are just joining us here. We are trying to get the word intelligence or charisma to be drawn right here. That's what we're trying to do. The problem we're having is that this spellcasting ability is undefined, which means this line of code is not apparently being executed, it seems. I wonder if there's something else out here I should be looking at here. Let's look at name. Where's name being played with and assigned? Yeah, it's not assigned anywhere either.
Disclaimer. Mark doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, it's fair. That music was...
Force and ignorance.
That's our motto, kids. That's how we go forward in this show. I love the music. The music's perfect for a disclaimer. Mark doesn't know what he's doing. But don't worry, kids. Rory's going to be here soon, and the show's going to go really well. So what I don't get is we stepped through this code. Like, I don't get this. We stepped through this code. We got here and saw it assigned. Let's do it again, just to verify that we're not crazy. But it was undefined later when we were looking at it. Here's, now this is none. Step through it. It's none. Hit F10. It's none there. It's undefined now, but I stepped through it, and now it's to none. Do it again. It's still none. And it's now none there. One more time. That's charisma. Right now it's undefined, but so we're just going through every character and assigning it. This baby is totally. I wonder if it's a restart problem. It's being totally hit here. Charisma, spellcasting ability. Let's go back to where we were. Yeah, Rory's missing from the beginning of the shows and only staying on to the end. We had a time zone change. Folks are tossing meteors, it sounds like. If the Jetsam drone was in the path, it would be cool. All right. I'm feeling like I'm backing up and getting closer to where I wanted to be. Or maybe not. Maybe I passed by it. Well, I know what file it was in. It was right over here in stat page. Here, let's hide this. Let's go find it. Render. Stat.render. It was in here. And I want a conditional breakpoint here. And I think its name equals spellcasting ability. Double equals, or why not triple equals, since we're in JavaScript, TypeScript. Okay, let's see if we get a breakpoint there. And let's go back to running. And let's go back to running. And I feel like we should be at the breakpoint now. Now, why aren't we at that breakpoint? All right, let's just set a regular breakpoint then. All right, here we are. What is name? First name. Spellcasting ability. What's going on with get prop value? This is not mine, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, return this of the name. So it should absolutely work. And the type is a string, I'm pretty sure. Right? Spellcasting ability. Let's double check that. Yeah, it's a string. Not sure why this is coming back undefined. Why is that? Let's go into watch and call it from watch here. Get prop value name. That works. Did I get that right or not? I'm not sure if I got the name of, it's an uppercase C. Still undefined. Let's see if what active character. No, IntelliSense dot spellcast ability is. Just to verify that somehow this is getting wiped out to undefined. Yeah, it's getting wiped out to undefined. I don't even understand that. Rory's a new beast now. coming in about 14 minutes. Yeah. So that spellcasting ability is in fact undefined. So are we creating another character here that we're not cloning from? But how does the other data come down is my question then. Let's run it. Whoa, 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 too low.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Don't fly low. You fly low like that and it's gonna, no. Ugh. You know, he does a good stream, kids. He cannot fly a taco well. Michael Jolly's here. Yeah, glad to have you back. To be honest, I didn't pay my power bill. I don't know what the problem was. I think somebody was working on something. Pudding's with us. Pudding, glad to have you with us. I don't know. I'm like, it's not going well, I guess, because I'm like, this bug is kicking my butt. I'm like seeing that it's connected, that it's got valid data in it, and then later when I try to draw it, it's undefined. So I'm like, I'm not getting it. I want to see what happens just when I... Wait, I want to try something in here. Active characters of type character. I'm just jumping into character one more time. Spellcasting ability. It's right flipping there. Why would that be undefined? Let's search for this. That's the only time it hits. Is it not a character we're passing in, maybe? Could it be that they've got something else here that's not actually a character? Like, what if... Where's active character set? Active character is passed in there. Render. Active character is here. In other words, I could be typecasting it to a character, but maybe it's not actually a character. Getting it from this array of characters. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Yeah, it's just not making sense. Let's initialize player data. Hit the breakpoint. Good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 do not, and this next one should have a spellcasting ability. So I just want to kind of drill in here. I'm doing all my initialization here. Really? I thought this was all exciting to do this, very explicitly say what they were. Okay, here we go. If clone from, then copy attributes from. Okay. We don't need that. What I'm really looking for is this piece down here. Whoa, it's undefined. That's why. Why is that undefined? Let's get out. Get out. The players are coming in from initialized player data. And that's coming in from here. So the problem is on our sending side. Wait, how can that be? The sending side has the problem? Spellcasting ability stir should be there. That's what we're expecting to see. Set player data. We do have a problem here, though. Add player. So there's a sequential problem here, unrelated to what we're doing, but add player does some setup here. And game start does setup as well. We actually need to move this code after game start because notice I had to go through 3 different characters, Fred, Willie, and then Lady, before I got to the 4th one, which has got spellcasting abilities. But Willie actually has spellcasting abilities because of a feature he has called Arcane Trickster. So he's got some spell slots you can see over here. So here, let's hide that scroll for now. Hide the scroll. So we got a sequencing problem. Let's fix the sequencing problem at least. And we're going to put this down here. And let's run past the start. And did not get a breakpoint. That was weird. That was totally weird. Try again. All right. So now we've got our players. And let's go into Willie. And now we should see a spellcasting ability. String of intelligence. Excellent. So right there behind my head there, you can see that right there, dimmed out as I hit the control key to zoom in. Okay, so the data should be there. If we come in and we copy this data, pop it into Notepad, brace yourselves, kids. Rory should be coming in any minute here. Search for spell casting ability. I'm looking for there it is right there. Spell casting ability stir. Right there. And is it set to none? Okay, that one's none. And we should see one set to intelligence. Let's see. Intelligence. A second one, intelligence. I was expecting charisma. None. 32. Oh, no, wait, that's okay because we're looking for a spellcasting ability stir. So there's charisma right there. Okay. Let's just search for that and just see what our data looks like. There is a none, intelligence, none, charisma, charisma. Okay, data is good. So it's there. So that should go send good data. Good data should be going down. Now I want to come back down here and check it again. And what I'm thinking is this is an issue we saw with Signal R, that if you change something during editing continue, that attribute would not show up and would not be serialized. So that's kind of what I think I'm dealing with here. Let's see what happens here. So this one should have intelligence. Copy attributes from. This is the breakpoint I want right here. Undefined. Let's go into watch here, add watch. Got silent music here because I'm on a breakpoint here. Spell casting ability. Yeah, it's just not being sent. And I think that we need to restart, but I'm not sure if we need to restart both or just the main one. I think we've we'll try just restarting this one and see if we get the data we want down here. Let's refresh. And that meter throw was to the beat of the music, kids. That was awesome.
Dude, check out the chat room.
So the new feature's worth the wait till Monday. I'm not sure what the context of this is, Will. If you're talking about the webinar that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about maybe a couple things that I haven't talked about here in terms of what's new. But we are releasing new features in CodeRushed every 30 days because of the sprint schedule. Yeah, I'm redoing the webcast. If you're asking, is the webcast going to be worth hanging out on Monday for? I don't know. It's it's like it's kind of a professional official webcast. Looks like Rory might be with us here. See what we got here. Rory's not feeling so well. Yeah. He's asking if he can skip out tonight. Catch us on Monday. Feel better, Rory. All right. So Rory's not with us tonight. Hugo says, take care as well. All right. I think I refreshed this. Let's do it one more time. There's my refresh. Here's my restart. See if this works. If this fails, I'm going to shut down the overlay and the D&D app. And maybe that's the problem, is that SignalR needs both of those in advance before it can serialize data. It's an unusual bug, but I trust that it's based in a sound principle and that I should just accept it. But let's see what happens now. When I initialize player data, let's get to my breakpoint out over here. Didn't get to it. Why not? Should totally get here. Try one more time. Initialize player data. Okay, here now. So run once. Second time, this should get to the player. And let's just look at players of 1. And actually, I think I have a watch for this guy, don't I? Source character. Okay, so this dot players of 1. What did I do wrong? Just players of 1. Okay, now I want to look to see if they've got spell casting ability, but not as a stir. Okay, now I'm totally confused. This should be called spell casting ability stir. Like, now this doesn't make sense to me at all. Oh, wait, unless it's already been... Am I looking at the wrong thing? The players... Oh, wait. Hold on. This characters push new. What's in characters? All right, let's just see what comes over to characters here. And let's go look at characters now. I got to say this dot characters of 1. Do the same thing. Add a watch for that. What I just saw doesn't make sense to me. And what do we got? Spellcasting ability. Undefined. Mind is blown. I'm going to shut down the overlays and restart the overlays. So we're going to do a refresh of the drone game and kind of a reset there. Let's continue to run so we get at least one more song going. And then we'll shut down the overlays. shut down everything, and I just feel like it's going to work. Yeah. Okay, restarting the overlays. Yeah, I think if you change anything, if this works, then the lesson is that if you change anything in the declaration about signal R, it's not enough to refresh. You have to restart everything. Will Bennett says rebirth. Let's see if this works. What do we got? This is up. The other one is loading. Let's refresh on the stream. So the drone game, you've got control of the drone game. Do the same with the dragon front overlay. Dragon back overlay. We'll refresh the dice in a second. Let's go back to getting some music here. Oops, maybe that was too soon. Needed the drone game. And also I noticed if I suddenly just rapidly attack these, oh no, music got in. So good, drone game loaded. One of these is not though. Sometimes I notice that there's a kind of a lockup that happens in OBS. And if I just one more time say, wait, no, refresh yourself, it'll go much faster and it gets out of lockup. Okay, so let's see. Kids just joining us. We're trying to serialize some data over signal R, and the data wasn't looking correct. And I just shut everything down and restarted it. I think edit and continue and signal R are not close friends. That's my theory. So if this works, then that supports that theory. So we've got this here. Where is my Dungeons and Dragons app? Oh, not running yet. I didn't hit run on it yet, it looks like. Let's start that up. All right. Initialize the data. And I'm not setting a breakpoint here. Almost wishing that it's just going to work here. And did it work? It didn't. Ah, disappointing. Disappointing as heck. Let's see if we can drill into this and figure this out. I just wanted to clear those up there. Set player data. I want to come over here to overlays. I think the problem's around here, is what I think the problem is. And so let's do this. That one's undefined, but I think it's this one we saw before. Why is that stored without the stir at the end of it? I don't get that. Let's go look at, hold on. Maybe I'm fighting this a little too hard. What if I just, went with it and said, you know what, that's undefined, but that other one that's coming down is this one, which is intelligence. And I wonder if there's like a character DTO that I'm losing track of up here that I'm sending down. Is that my problem? Nope, that's coming in from something else. That's never set. All right. Well, if I just go with it like that, yeah.
bushwhacker.
Come on, now we just said it, but let's, I'm going to run it.
Fred. Merkin bushwhacker.
Wow, still nothing. We just saw it transfer over. How about making it a read-write property to rule out the attribute problem? Which one are you thinking on that, Will? I was considering that as well, but at the very least to get a breakpoint on it right here is what I was thinking. Let's kind of really start with, I think I want to be with stat.render. Kind of get myself work backwards from here. Well, the name is now wrong though, I think. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like totally just missing something really stupid on this. Somewhere in here. Spellcasting ability. That's the piece we're asking for right there. Let's copy this to the clipboard. Let's go to character stat. Let's set a conditional breakpoint here. All right. Looks like I've got to get...
Merkin.
So it's never asking for that particular ability. Interesting. I'm clicking on the background Visual Studio window, and it's not coming to the foreground. That's really interesting. In fact, it's like it's not even registering the mouse click. Well, now it is. Hold on. This might be an issue I want the devs to look at. Looks like a perf issue here. Go back about 10, 20 seconds from the marker time on this, guys, and watch what was happening. It was like there was totally, I was clicking and nothing was happening. And I want to find out if this is us or not. We are, by the way, folks, we are performance issue VS unresponsive. We are dogfooding CodeRushed, and whenever I do this, we create an issue for the devs to look at, and I send them all my log files. So we send them the CodeRushed log files. They're able to look through that, see is the problem us or not. Are we somehow related to the perf issue we just saw? Off topic, I noticed that you had some of this code in VS Code during the webinar. Have you compiled this in VS Code? I've not. But I'm just using it to test out the plugins in VS Code. Okay, I'm not even coming over here into render on character stat. Oh, look at this, another performance issue. I just clicked to set a breakpoint. There we go. Okay, well now I'm here. What is the data that we're sending? What is the name? First name? Just run, do it again. Spellcasting ability. What? What's active character got? It has a property called spellcasting ability, but it's undefined. Oh my God. I'm going to go crazy. I'm like, genuinely, I feel like there's something really simple that I've overlooked, and I have to be really careful as I go forward here to go find that thing that I've overlooked. Let's do this. Let's create a favorites group here for where we are here. We're in render. Let's come over here, add to favorites, create a new group. We're going to call this stats. And so now I've got it over here in stats. Okay. We're also going to do some of the other pieces that I'm going to run it. We're going to look at the other pieces that are related so I can very quickly go to all the different pieces, take a look at them. I think stat page is one of the places I wanted to be in. By the way, this conditional, oh yeah, performance is really slow. I'm now clicked on this to activate it, and it took forever to activate it. What's going on? Undefined is the new NRE. What's NRE? I'm not sure what NRE is. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. The okay. Here's the other piece right here, create spell page. I want to add this as well. Yeah, oh my gosh. Performance is crazy. Look at this. I'm pretty sure it's not CodeRushed, because if it was CodeRushed, it would say, hey, CodeRushed is causing a problem. I think it might be that conditional define, the conditional breakpoint I added. No reference exception. Yeah, that's actually a fair estimate that it's $1 billion mistake. That's super interesting. Let's go find that. Yeah, it's totally unresponsive. Let's go back to character stat, see if we can delete that and see if all of a sudden performance comes back. Yeah, Visual Studio is pretty good if it's us to say, hey, it looks like it was CodeRushed. Now look at how slow it is. Like nothing is responding as I go over it here. At least $1 billion. It'll tell you, even if it's not CodeRushed, it'll tell you it is. I don't know about that. We saw it. I think I've seen that once or twice where we've gone and looked at the call stack and we were like, really, guys, come on. Or it was because they called us, but all we did was made a call to them, and there's something in that they had, and it was their thing that was slowing us down. No, this is not pretty. Yeah, it's like I'm locked up. Are we not coming out of this? There we go. Let's delete this breakpoint. Look at this, the mouse isn't even changing. There we go. I just clicked it, waiting for the delete to go away. Come on. Didn't go away. I'm right clicking it now, waiting for a menu to appear. I'm going to left click it now. The mouse just changed. Are we going to see a menu flash? What's going to happen? Wow. All right, let's switch while we're waiting on this to do something, let's go switch the view so at least we get the scroll out of the way there. So we can see more of the code. I think I also have no, nothing else. Still waiting on that to go away. Task Manager is not showing a ton of it. Come on, Visual Studio. All right. I think what I'm going to do, I think I had a good strategy of kind of grouping the methods together so I could quickly look at them back to back. But with Visual Studio kind of in this state, I'm actually hopeful it's going to come back because it has come back, but it does feel like each time it goes in, it's taking like, 3 or 4 times longer than the time before. So it does not feel good. Let me tell you what I want to work on next while we're waiting to see if this comes back or not. So one of the things that happens as we're interacting with, as the Dungeon Master is interacting with the game, the Dungeon Master might, for example, say, let's do a skill check, something like that. And we would see feedback appearing in here. It looks like I'm not even getting that because everything is dead. I guess I'm going to close it. All right. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. Did you see that, kids? And let's stop the breakpoint and continue. And now are we normally responsive? Yeah, I don't know. Was it the conditional breakpoint or not? Okay, so I want to come in here to render, and I want to add this one to stats as well. So I want to come over here, say add to favorites, add to stats group. And let's see. When they're added, the stat is added. I want to go find that. Well, let's add copy attributes from here as well. And let's see where the other finding piece was here. This piece right here. And so we want to say, I think create spell page, did I add that one yet? I don't remember if I did or not. Add to favorite stats. Okay, so now over here in stats, we've got these pieces right here. We've got copy attributes from, create spell page, and let's lock this up here for a second, and render. Those are the 3 places where we believe this data is showing up. The name is correct. The active character, why does the active character have that piece undefined? It's got to be coming from somewhere else. So I want to go outside of render. Active character is equal to this dot active character. Where are we setting that? Here. It's only there. And where are we assigning characters? We're pushing them here in initialize player data. All right, one more time. See if we can set a breakpoint in here, get that breakpoint hit. All right, here we are. So 1, 2, characters 2. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't do it. I got to come in here. So my new character failed. That's my other point I should have done a breakpoint at. I still can hit it. There's none. Fine. Charisma. Boom. Whoa! What happened? I feel like I've seen this before and I don't know what it is. That worked. Wait, what? It says yo now. Spell attack bonus is 6. I'm like pretty much completely get reset dash hard. Yeah, I'm like I'm pretty much blown away by what's happening here. Let's run it a second till we get to the next breakpoint. Here's charisma. It says it's undefined. I've got clearly an assignment statement right here. It's like basic foundational pieces, and it's still undefined after this line of code is executed. I'm just going to run it. It only shows up in 2 places here. Similarly, alignment, well, it shows up in multiple places because I'm playing with it. Base armor class. Yeah, I don't know what to do when a line of code executes and it doesn't actually behave as if the line of code executed. That's actually a really interesting idea. I'm on watch. Oh, because I'm not at a breakpoint. I can't do it. All right, let's try that. Let's see if it's bound by chance. It's not bound there. I don't think. So this should be the character where we've got the thing we're looking for already defined where, yeah, it's what it should be. But let's try it. We'll initialize player data again. All right. Well, it says it's this dot character. In fact, if I come into this dot character, wait, sorry, this, like this, and we come in to see, this has no spell casting ability. This may be our problem right here. The this we're in has no spellcasting ability. So let's try to figure that out. If I try to drill into this, it's right here. Is it that we are typecast to this, but we're actually a different thing? Is kind of the question I'm running through my mind right now. Yeah. So it's undefined, hovering over undefined because it hasn't been defined yet. So I think that this is not actually, even though it says its type is a character, I don't think it's actually a character, is what I think the deal is. Yeah, I think we kind of, yeah, but we're saying push a new character. Passing in players. Yeah, it's a new character. It should absolutely be a character. There's really nothing else it can be. That's my constructor. That's the class I'm in. It should totally be here. Does it have the other ones, the spell save DC and the spell attack bonus? It doesn't have those either, does it? Why does it not have those? Hold on. So check this out. I just was looking through the properties and I saw something called inverse mass on this. Look at these properties here. These look like properties of a world object from our game. Acceleration, applied force. Those are not. Oh wait, did I move out? Maybe because I'm in character stat scroll. I just changed my location, I think. I think I'm okay. I think I got a little nervous. Hold on. I was looking at the wrong data. No, wait. This is a character stat scroll. Do I need to refresh on that? There's no refresh. Well, that's not right. Okay, so we have a problem. Oh no, wait. We don't have a problem, sorry. We are in the right spot. Okay, good. There. It was when I was inside. All right, sorry, that's me disoriented. I wonder if we do this. Let's try this. Let's run it. And let's refresh. I just want to do this to see if I... I want to see if I can stop on this as a breakpoint. And let's refresh. See if that breakpoint enables itself back here. Taking a long time to refresh. Really, Will Bennett? You think that's my problem? That making this change is going to make everything good? Work again? Let's stop this and try to refresh one more time. But base armor class, that one works. Oh, we're back to performance problems here again. All right, let's do this. Let's close this down. One more time. We're going to reset overlays. Yeah, it's still locked up. All right, let's see if we can close it. I'm not even getting anything over here. If you look at how TypeScript transpiles, you'll see it sets fields with initial values in the constructor. Fields are only on objects when they get set or if they're part of the prototype for the object. All right. Well, I don't understand why it's not working. I still don't understand that. That's like kind of blown my mind a little bit. And am I going to have to really take something? It seems to be doing something, but it's totally unresponsive here. Yeah, the assignment should be working though. It was blowing my mind what was happening. I'm now at a point where I'm like, I'm about ready to kill Visual Studio and restart. Let's head in that direction at least. Close down the Dungeons and Dragons app. We close this down, even though this is the one this one's still responsive and fine. And then we are left with this guy, which I'm going to just kill it. Boom. All right. And what the heck's going on over here, Dropbox? I paused you, Dropbox. Don't you be doing your update right now? Really? Installer, no. Stop. What are you doing? Stop that. I can pause the syncing, but I can't pause the installer. Dropbox, I'm not happy with you right now. Okay, so let's start up new instances of Visual Studio. Here come the overlays. Killing every instance of Chrome that I've got up and running so I can restart those. D&D app, launching that too. Yeah, I still feel like everything should be working. Like we run it now and all of a sudden it'll work and we'll be like, what was that? Right? Let's start up the overlays. Meanwhile, on the stream, let's do some refreshes here. Refresh the front overlay. Refresh the 3D dice. That refresh the 3D dice didn't feel good to me. Let's refresh the drone game. Even this refresh is like... There we go. Just started. Okay. That was slow. Took a while. And the dragon back overlay. Let's refresh that. Oh, it looks like it is refreshing and loading. Okay, good. So I did that one. Let's go to start up the D&D app. Let's see if we can get some music going. Do we have the drone game reloaded fully? Nope. Still got scroll bars on that. I might try refreshing it one more time. Dare I try that? I just did it one more time on the drone game, feeling like it was going to make it faster. All right, my D&D app is up and running. Get my back overlay. It looks like it may be done, but the back overlay I think is supposed to draw the clock, or no, that front overlay. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens when I initialize player data. Not great. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Looks like the stream stuff is not working. Can I start music on the stream? I can. At least that's working. Oops.
Fixed.
And I have scene control, so that's good. Okay, well, check it out. I think the code was working. I think when I kind of gave up and made one change to it, hold on, I think we can get back and get it to where we wanted it to be. Not here, sorry. I want to be in here. Let's go, what do we got here? Copy attributes from. I want to go in here. I want to set a breakpoint here. I think this is coming down as that 8, and we want it to be a string. So let's, I feel like it's just going to frickin' work like it should this time. We want to change this to, I think it's spell casting ability stir is what that was. Is that going to work? None. Sweet. And let's see. That's probably not going to work without a refresh over here. Now I just bet it's going to work. I think we were hit hard by SignalR not liking the changes that we made. Something's still up and running that didn't fully shut down. I had to shut down Visual Studio, both instances, restart them. No changes to the code, with the exception of this little piece right here, which is where we had it at one point. And then I bet this is going to work. Let's try it. So initialize player data. And switch. Still 32. Come on. Why is that happening? Oh, wait. I think I know why. It's in create spell page. We need to change this here. But see, at least now we have something being drawn. Is it suspicious that Roy claims to be sick? Ask Will Bennett. All right, let's see here. One more time. Initialize. Oh, wait, let me refresh. Yeah, this is the way development should be right now, what we're experiencing. What took me, I think, an hour to get here, feels like, should have taken a few minutes. None. Hit run. This one should be intelligence, sweet. Then we should get a none. Then we should get charisma. Then we should get a charisma. So all those look correct. Oh, wait. No, wait. Hold on. I just made a change that was, I think, incorrect. This is, I think, not going to work. Hold on. It's going to show nothing, right? Yeah, my bad. This piece was right when it was right here. This is what I wanted here. That one's correct. But why is it showing up as a number? Gosh, it's like it's taking other data and casting it as something when it shouldn't be. I think that's the problem. I feel like I should be able to see this. Let's refresh, get back to where we were. Initialize player data again. No, we're not seeing anything now. That's just where we were when we saw the number. I saw the scroll pop up out of the corner of my eye and thought it looked like a hot dog for a second. It says Unreal BSL. Unreal, glad you're with us. And this is a day where the code is kicking my butt. It's not behaving like it should be. Normally feel like I'm telling the code what I want it to do. And today the code is telling me to try all kinds of things. Yeah, active character.spellcasting ability is undefined. How can I get the type of it? Is there something like that? Let's see what we can do here. Let's explore this idea that it's not what we think it is. Get type of TS instance. All right, cool. Let's take a look at that. Looks right. And yet it has no spellcasting ability. And if we go back over here to copy attributes from, what's crazy is we saw this thing working, and then I edited and continued it and kind of blew it. We kind of lost something in that process. Do I really need to shut down Visual Studio again? Is that really where I'm at? Let's one more time. Let's watch this go just one more time. Make sure you're seeing the same thing I am here. We're at the break point here. Spellcasting ability is a string coming in. On the left, it's set to an empty string. Before that was undefined. So that tells us that this line of code executed. So it's got it. Let's go into this .constructor.name. Make sure it's the same class. It is. See right there? There it is right there. This .constructor.name and active character.constructor.name. They're both the same class. Okay, we are setting it to none. Beautiful. Next time in, we're setting it to intelligence. This is set. And it's in character. And I'm going to run. I guess we could also, what would be interesting is turn this into a property and look for the setter and see if anything else is setting it. I just don't see how it's possible because we're not by name referencing it anywhere that I'm aware of. And then we go spellcasting ability. Let's just do a search for every spellcasting ability in the entire solution. Yeah, declared, assigned, and then referenced here in this by string in add stat. And add stat, my understanding is simply read-only access. We don't do any writing to it. So it wouldn't make sense that we would ever change that. Yeah, feels like it should work. First name, spellcasting ability, and it's back to undefined. That's insane. All right, I'm clearly looking in the wrong spots for this. Let's run this a second. Let's go back to initialized data. I want to go look at that initialized player data again at that breakpoint. Do we still have that? Okay, one more time. Initialized player data. So none, none. Intelligence. So these are all correct. Let's get out of here. Get out. And now let's look at this dot spell casting ability. And look at that. It says it's none right there. So this spell casting ability is none. So we're good there. We're going to push that. So now, you know, I know this is almost insane what I'm doing, but now this dot players, I think this is going to be of index 1. There we go. And then we're going to grab its spellcasting ability and see if that's still none. Insane, I know. It's intelligence rather. No, that makes sense. Sorry. Because, so we've done that. And now what's going on here? We're saying for each character in the data that's coming by, we want to say this dot players dot push. So by the time we get out of here, we should have, that looks like it's still correct. If we switch to 3, that's, I think, in me, that should change to charisma. Let's do that. Yeah, it just changed to charisma. The data is good on players. Is players modified anywhere else? Is the this dot binding? Oh, hold on. No, because it's right here. And it's got them. Yeah. So we're outside the scope of the for each, and it's showing the correct value here. I'm going to just keep running it. But let's see what's going on with this dot players. Anybody touching that? We do have this. Let's see what happens here. Maybe this is my problem. Wouldn't it be sweet if we found this? Set a breakpoint there too. Where else?
Yo, 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 bark.
Go to 206. You bet. Maybe that's not where you wanted me to be. Maybe that was in another place. Whoops. The other file with the for each. Here. Try this. Change to use a lambda instead. And I'm going to need some guidance on what you want me to do there, Will, because I'm not exactly sure what you mean here. So it's in players. The only thing I'm thinking that's kind of weird about players, and in this, it's in the Dragon game class, I believe. Is that right? Dragon game, yeah. And that is descended from both the front and the back. And I'm just like thinking, is players safe everywhere? Is that like, I didn't see her passing this as the second parameter. Okay. So, let's see. So check it out. We're here in initialize player data, and it's correct. Charisma right here for players 3. So that's what we're showing right there. At that point, it's there. It's the data's right.
Working.
Nothing is shown. And if we come into, what is it? Character stat, set a breakpoint. We get first name, it's just the same flipping loop we've been in. Spellcasting ability. And that's an active character. We go to active character, and active character dot constructor name is a class character, and active character dot spellcasting ability is undefined, right there. Where's it getting it from? Let's jump out. I think the solution is not here. It's out. What are we sending in? It's like I won't give up. Now, here in this for each, I don't have a binding to this in it. But I did need it for any of the others. The thing that's weird is I've got the exact same code for all the others, and this is not working. Character stat. What classes do I have in here? Named character. I've got character. Yeah, that's just name level hit dice for character class. So there's nothing else. There's no other character DTO or anything like that inside of here. Let's go back and re-enable these. Not where I wanted to go. Okay. Let's continue to run so we get some music going here. Just on this player data, here's the back game. I'm going to set a breakpoint here and here in both of these, and we're going to look at the players and see what's going on with this. I just want a clue. Give me a clue, kid. So here we go. This dot players of 3 spellcasting ability is charisma, so that looks good. Hold on, let me. Oops. It's been a while since we've seen Codeman codes. So that's correct. We're in Dragon Game. Let's continue to hit run. Now we're in Dragon Back Game, and it still hasn't changed. Data's good. And we passed in players to character stat scroll. And then we have, let's go to our render piece. Let's get a call stack here. What's our call stack? Let me move this up a bit here. So let me move this over here actually so kids can see this. So we're passing an active character. Here, active character already has got it as undefined. We're already in a problem here at this space. So there we're at a problem. Let's pop out, draw character. This dot active character. What's going on with this dot active character? Let's set it here. Maybe the problem is here. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, I'm suspecting it actually is there. That it's not in, that the code here is okay. The code is, it's maybe on the other side is the problem. I got those breakpoints. Let's see what happens if I switch. All right, so now we're switching to another character. This character. Do I have this character in here? And this character dot spellcasting ability. Just realized Fred's blocking you here. Let's turn off Fred for a second so you can see this. That's undefined. This character is equal to this character's. Yeah, bye, Fred. What if it's here? Is I guess my question. I wonder if the problem is here. Let's try one more time. Let's do initialize player data. So we know the data is good at this point. At this point, I've got spellcasting ability is charisma right there. Data's good. And I'm going to clear the breakpoint, I think, there. And now let's switch players. Okay. Yeah, we're just setting it here to the equal to this character. Is this character, it's already messed up. We're lost at this point. So it doesn't matter. So it's set active character, we're dead. This dot characters. So now the question, what's the deal with this dot characters? It's an array, we're only setting it here in initialize player data. Wait. Is that right? We have code that's very similar here. But I don't think we've stopped. We've done a breakpoint here. Let's initialize player data and try to get a breakpoint here. Okay, so let's try this. Players of I. Okay, well, at least it's none here. Second time it's intelligence. Oh my God. Charisma, the data's good after initialize player data. Is characters ever modified? It's not ever modified. This is insane. What is happening? Let's look closely here, actually. Hold on. We're getting this character. No. All right. So, and then we did like an update character block, but nothing came through, as I recall. So this dot characters, yeah, so the this dot characters data is now bad. It was good and now it's bad. Without ever being changed. Without ever being changed is the crazy, crazy thing. All right, now I think I'm at... I don't know. What happens if I change a number? Do I get that update character? Copy attributes. Yeah, so this never was called. I say change to getter setter and put a breakpoint on that. Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I'm just thinking it's not going to get called. I don't think that's the problem. I don't think anybody's setting it to undefined. But why not? Let's do it.
Set a breakpoint.
All right, let's do it. Here's where we are. So property of type string. Boom. Let's refresh. Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing with this idea, Will, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I would love to see some problem here. I would love to get a call here where we're passing undefined to it and a call stack. All right. Okay, we've refreshed. Let's initialize player data. Let's Clear this breakpoint. Clear the breakpoint. Just go. Weird that we didn't even get it for its initialization. That breakpoint in the setter. Hold on, wait. I'm not saved. This could be my problem. Let's save it. Hold on. Refresh again. Initialize player data. Oh wait, we lost our initialization in the we don't have the assignment to. Also weird. This says it's not going to be hit. Try one more time. Yeah, it still says it's not going to be hit. I think we close it down. Hey, Codebase Alpha. Glad to see you. I just shut down overlays just as you showed up. Give me a second to restart it. Okay, nothing out here. Let's try running one more time. Hugo is waving. Codebase Alpha, I'm having a tough day. It's like nothing is working. Assignment statements don't seem to be working. I'm like, what's going on? Like my whole foundational... now I got a breakpoint over here though.
Copper Beardy is in the house.
Do you know what I feel like, guys? I feel like with Codebase Alpha and Copper Beardy, it's the spiritual, emotional support we need to figure this whole thing out. I will say that with Codebase Alpha's arrival, holy cow, we got a breakpoint now that we can see here. We weren't seeing that before. We had to shut down and restart. And now with the breakpoint, let's see if we can trigger it. Call initialize player data. Please give me a breakpoint here. Come on. One more time. I'll try clicking it again. Or you know what? Maybe I need to, since I restarted this, let's restart the app. Sometimes we get a feeling of a signal or disconnect. Let's restart our D&D app. D&D app still thinks it's running. I just closed it down. There it is right there. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, tough day. It's like I've been spending, 2 hours after essentially one bug and seeing things, just unbelievable stuff. Like, okay, clicking initialize player data. All right, good news. Finally. Okay, none. Good. Boom. Again, intelligence. This is the order we're expecting. Good. Next, we should see none. Then we should see 2 charismas. 1, and then F5 again. 2. Whoa, what's this? Ah, what's this coming from? What? What's our call stack? Initialize player data. So am I to understand this correctly, that this one sets the data correctly and the second one comes in and reinitializes everything with bad data? Holy cow. First of all, let me acknowledge Will. He suggested this for about 30 minutes doing this, I think. And, I'm like, intuition says no, well, I'm a baby. And I should have been like, you're right, Will. Look at that. Will totally had the idea to do this, and I'm just like, you're so much better than me. Okay, so let's see if we can look closely at this here. See if we can figure that out. Yeah, so we got it undefined again. And what's interesting is it's also undefined already as its ability here. Is this a separate set of data? What's going on? Let's go out and look at this call stack again. This character stat scroll. Yeah, I think I want to breakpoint here, and then I want to look at players, and then I want to see what happens in the next one. So let's just run it. Yeah, kids. Let's try it again. Clicking in initialize player data. All right. So we do this, and I want to set a breakpoint here actually. So we're going to run that. And we're going to get the values we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're here. I want to look at players because I want to say this dot players 3. Okay, this is good. The data is good right here. Look at that. So players is good, and that's what we're sending. We're saying initialize player data, passing that in. Let's go step inside of that and see what happens. So players, and then we're doing this whole thing again. Players right here. And, oh, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. The problem is that here we're passing in a player to character, but at our other new character, can I tab to next reference to this? Not really. Let's hit, do I get a Shift F12 here? We don't have that yet, do we? This is just Visual Studios, not CodeRush's, so it's harder to see, but maybe I can see. I just want to look at the constructor call. All right. No, these are all test stuff. Yeah, this is not easy to see. And they don't have the option like we do to sort by just, yeah, that's too bad. All right, so we'll just keep tapping the next reference. It's going to be faster to find it here. Here we're passing in a character, a local character. Let's see what else is happening here. So that, I think, is going to be different. But the other one we're passing in the character DTO. The problem is we don't have the exact same name for the property in both places. Okay, that's the problem. So I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. So instead of calling this spell casting ability, we need to call this spell casting ability stir, like that. Then we need to, yeah, make sure that these are the same. Because what happens is source characters of type any. The first time we call copy attributes, it is coming in as, wow, what a crazy bug. So I got to say, I got to do, I think it's in character, important. Property names must exactly match those in character.ts that are serialized for, whoops, I think it's called copy attributes from that one to work. Okay, I think this is going to be the fix, is what I think. Let's continue. I'm going to clear the breakpoint. Holy cow. Continuing, let's refresh. What a bug. Let's reinitialize player data. Music is so dramatic. Yeah, this right here. So Will, thank you for helping us get here. Thank you, Will. Totally appreciate that. Also, Codebase Alpha and Copper Beardy, I swear to goodness your presence has made all the difference in the world, right? Let's see here. Let's look at the this piece. Does it work in? Did I refresh it? Oh, come on. Why don't I see anything? It's got to be here. Let me try one more time. Initialize player data. And did I? Come on. This has to be the bug. It's going to be web-based game. Is this going to be a web-based game? Go checking 69 says. No, it's not. This is these are special effects for a live stream that I am going to do on Twitch. Called it's out at twitch.tv/Dragon Humpers is where it is. You can go click on that link and follow us. When we go live, you'll be able to see it. But we're going to have Dungeons & Dragons special effects, dice, all kinds of crazy stuff happening here. Let's go initialize player data again. Let me do a double check. I'm going to refresh here. Initialize player data. This should totally work. Why am I not getting the breakpoint? I don't get that. Try again. Initialize player data. Oh, do I have to? I think I have to restart the D&D app. I think I've got broken, maybe broken signal R. I'm just I have simple needs. I just want one little bit of code to work right now. Okay, that looks better. One more time. Initialize player data. Come on. Why am I not hitting that breakpoint? You know what I'm thinking I have to do? I have to shut down over here. Okay, one more time. Shutting down the overlays. Killing Chrome. Running. Yeah, I'm just a simple boy with simple needs. I need this code to compile, and I need it to work. I just have a couple lines of code I want to work. That's right, all I'm asking. I'm at the bargaining stage of debugging. I think I've made it through denial. You've been here for a hefty dose of denial, and now I'm in bargaining. All right, one more time. Let's hit the breakpoint. I'm clicking initialize player data. Hit the breakpoint. Not hitting the breakpoint. I'm in stunned disbelief. What if I set it there? And I click the button again. Always the smallest issue. I don't know. This is like a kind of, I want to say, a recent record. I usually am not, stuck for this long on an issue. What do you want to bet that if I shut down Visual Studio and restart and do nothing different, that I'm actually going to hit these breakpoints? Let's see what happens. Here we go. Shutting down. Shutting down. Closing down Windows. What's interesting is that last 3 times I've tried to kill Chrome, nothing's been killed. So it says if it's not starting up the pieces it's needed, usually that gives me something. Okay, starting up the overlays again, loading that project. I had other plans for today. I thought I was going to get way more done. Okay. Run. See if SignalR can connect here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, look at that. Nothing yet. Do we have the... here it is. This is loaded, though. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got a breakpoint there. Cool. Click initialize player data. Do we got a breakpoint? No breakpoint hit. All right, let's assume this is now disconnected from SignalR. Let's close that down. And come back to the D&D app and restart it. Come on. Even Mr. Announcer Bot saying, let's do this. All right. One more time, clicking initialize player data. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody saw that. Okay? Everybody saw that? All right. What's interesting is I think it may not have been Visual Studio, it may have been SignalR, right? SignalR was never sending the signal down. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this right here. All right, now let's initialize player data, step 1. Once we do that, come down here. What's this dot players? 3, spellcasting abilities, undefined. We saw this data good before. We might have a slightly different bug here. All right, let's run it. I want to go into that and find out why that's failing. I didn't see nothing, says Will Bennett. Run. All right. Player data. Let's go inside here. What do I got? What am I doing wrong? JSON parse. Oh, this is kind of interesting. It's expecting it to kind of just come right in there. That player data, copy the value. Let's come in here and see spell casting ability stir. Yeah, it's got the right name. Dog's barking. Even the dog is trying to help me out here. I want to get into this new character right here and see the data that's coming in here. Copy attributes from. Get back over here and jump in here. So now we got a source character, and source character is there. Do we have a spell casting attributes? There, it's got good data. I'll take that. So why is this coming back? That's good. Spellcasting ability string. We need to get back inside of there. Set that breakpoint. What's our call stack? New value intelligence. Good. Clear this. Let's go back over here. Charisma. Charisma. Okay. Now the players here. Well, the last time we got here, we looked at players and yeah, there it is right there. It says it's undefined. Players are 3, undefined. But we just set it. I just want to see if by chance we have this declared twice. Dice layer and Dragon Game. So no worries there. Dice layer is not overlapping this. So it's the same set of players. So how is it getting to undefined when we saw it said only to values that were good? What are my edits here? What did I do something here? No, that should be good. Oh, just because I opened that up there. I can only stop or edit. I guess I'm stopping. Yeah, I feel pretty effectively smacked down is kind of where I'm feeling right now. Let me try redoing everything right here. We got a beach casts rating with a party of 4. Thanks, Beachcast, for the raid. How's everybody doing? How was your stream? Let me know. What are you guys working on? I'm Obi. Hey, Beachcast party. I can't, I'm having a tough day, kids, coming over from Beachcast party. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm trying to find a bug, and I'm seeing stuff that doesn't seem to make sense. One more time. Starting up my overlays. Oh, voice transcription. Adam, that's interesting. Okay, here's this. Come back over here. Yeah, you're basically just watching, you know, the brute force and ignorance version of my show. And ignorance is in large supply. Both are in large supply. Quite interesting to see the implementation of his script. Well, that is excellent, excellent news. Wasted some of his time asking questions, though. All right, so here we go. We got a breakpoint. Run. Run.
And ignorance.
So here we are. We're seeing these values coming across. Intelligence, none. These are all what we want to do. This is for a D&D game, kids. And then now all of those came across, which means our players should have valid data, but it does not. We're seeing this mysterious thing happen here. And it could be, too, there's some conflation going on where I'm expecting that value in initialized player data I should have set a breakpoint here as well. Yeah, this is kind of what we think is involved in it right here. Yeah, it's crazy insane what we're seeing. All right, let's go look at it. Let's run it again. What's coming in here now? Valid data. Valid data. Valid data. Should be charisma now. Valid in charisma. Valid running. So it's when this property is set. Somehow this is values getting changed as we're running. I'm going crazy. Absolutely crazy in terms of how this value is changing. Yeah, nothing is being shown here for spellcasting ability. We're expecting to see the words show up here, but they are not. There's one other piece to this, I think. Hold on one second. This is also going to break it, though, if we don't have this right. In other words, it could be that we're seeing, it could be that everything is actually correct. Let's refresh. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. Let's get this to be what I want it to be. And now let's refresh, because this is a change we needed as well. So we'll run that, do one more refresh out here. Because it's also possible that the data I'm seeing in the watch window is maybe not correct. Wouldn't that be crazy? All right, none. Intelligence, none. Charisma, charisma. Boom. And we're here. I wanted to look at the data here to make sure it was all good. Ah, it's undefined. Right here? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What's coming in here now? Still getting good data here, though. Oh, wait. Do I have... Hold on. I know what my problem is here. I'm looking at bad data because I had this part. I changed the name of it. There we go. That is... We want to do that everywhere we have this here. Okay. Yeah. Now, it's just a little bit embarrassing. Don't look at this too closely, kids. Otherwise, I'll be really embarrassed. Pretend we're in a commercial break right now. Because I was looking like that. It was like it was the same thing. Now, let's get this. Is this all going to work now? Yeah, I think the other thing that's kind of interesting about this is that after spending an hour in it, a little bit rattled, I think. And so I'm like, wait, is that... Am I seeing what I should be seeing or not? You can see beyond the scroll anyway, Mark. Sweet! Sweet! Nothing. Now I'll show you what I was doing right here. I was renaming these guys. These were all wrong because we had renamed it. And so they were wrong and I was seeing the undefines over here. Like there and there. And not realizing that I had the wrong piece in the watch window. I thought we still maybe had a problem, but I'm now thinking we don't have the problem anymore. I'm almost feeling it's all going to work. Okay, so now let's change pages. Let's go to there. Are we going to see it? Oh, finally. Wow. Wow. All right. Let's go figure out why spell save DC isn't showing up. Yeah, bingo. Spell save DC. Let's make sure these are...
Miles, let's ship it!
Yeah, we're done. We're done here, kids, aren't we? I don't want to give up, though. I'm like still like, wait, what's going on? Let's get all the way in here. Spell save DC is not showing up. I want to figure out what's going on with spell save DC. We need to make sure these exactly match. So we want to go to our D&D app. We're in character right now. Let's go find that spell save DC piece that's in here. That looks like it exactly matches, but it's an int. This I think needs to become an int. I mean a number, like that. That's what I think. All right, am I making my own online D&D app? We're adding to like a tabletop. So I'm adding to a tabletop is what I'm doing. But it's for a live Dungeons & Dragons stream. So that's out over at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. It's designed to be a comedy Dungeons & Dragons game. There you go. Hugo gave it to you right there. And it's right out there. And so you can go out there, follow that account. When we have not gone live yet, but we're creating all these great special effects for it. I'll show you them in just a second. Once I get spell save DC to work, because I want that to work. Spell save DC, that's there. And that exactly matches. Changing the type, is that going to be what we need to do? And then spell attack bonus. Did we call that the same name as well? So what we have over here? Yeah. And that's also an int. So maybe it's not that we need to change the type because That's, I'm going to change it anyway, though. I'm going to change it to this right here. And save that. Come back out over here. There might be something else in terms of why we're not seeing it. And let's change, let's reinitialize the data. Clear our breakpoint. Run it. And okay, no change to what we're seeing here. Let's figure out what's going on with the spell save DC. Let's look for spell save DC. This is the X and Y. That's its size. Center, text, auto size. And attack bonus. Well, attack bonus doesn't have a text align. I think this has got the parameters wrong here. I think attack bonus needs that. That may be why we're not seeing attack bonus, and it could just be that we're off a little bit here. Let's try refreshing that and see what's going on with that. Uh-oh, no. We're getting text align. Okay, hold on. What do we need here? What's going on here? There's my size. Oh, my size. It's got the wrong piece here. It's missing a size for it. All right, so let's go with the size is, I think, the width of it. Is that right? Hold on. We've got one. What do we have here? For gold pieces, we have a size of 70. Oricon says, there go my sleep hours. What's sleep? There was a time when I was serious about trying to remove sleep from the equation. It is incredibly difficult and requires technology we do not have yet. All right, let's see. Do I have it in here? Back mock-up. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at gold pieces, which is on equipment, I think. Gold pieces. I said it was about 70. Is that about 70 from there to there? That's 63. Okay, fair. So that's the width, is what that looks like to me to be. That parameter right there. So the width of the spell attack bonus, let's go look at that. Turn on spell casting. The spell attack bonus is here. Let's make it a little bit, give it a little bit of margins right there. That's going to be about 72. Okay, so the width of spell attack bonus is 72. It's X and Y. I think I may need to change these around a bit. Yeah, spell attack bonus. I moved the positions of these. Spell attack is 173. 173. And spell save DC is going to be right about there. That's at 267. And the spell save DC is bigger as well. What's that? 86. And let's put these in the right order just so that they go left to right. Is that going to be it for that? Is that going to fix it? Let's refresh. Send the data. Change to a player. Switch to the spell page. Charisma. Spell save DC. Spell attack is 7. Let's compare that with the data sheet from D&D Beyond. Is that going to friggin' match? Let's see. Spells. Spell attack is +7. DC is 15. Woo! Look at that. I need a plus in front of that 7. I want a plus right there. Spell attack bonus. All right, here's an idea. Let's try this. I think I can make this all work. Spell attack bonus. I'm going to change this back to a string. Like that. We can come in here and we can do, let's do this. Change this back to a string. We don't need this anymore. Like that. Spell attack bonus. Then let's go over to our D&D app. Let's kill it. Let's go find spell attack bonus here. Here it is right here. Let's change it to a string like that. And then we're going to say, let's put this in a number right here. Introduce local here over in C#. This is going to be our bonus like that. And then we're going to say, hey, if bonus is greater than 0, then we're going to say bonus plus equals, bonus equals plus bonus. Like that. And then we're going to return, wait, hold on a second. Bonus stir. Python is fun. I think it's going to look like this. So we're just going to put that plus in front of on the C# side of things. So set a breakpoint there, start it up. Make sure that code works as advertised. What's my problem? Where is it? Oh, son of a... All right, let's ignore this one. And then let's create a at the risk of going back to the whole set of problems that we had before, I'm going to now rename spell attack bonus string this to this. Let's rename it here. Let's put it there. And I don't have a create stat, or do I? Yeah, there it is right there. That's where I wanted to be. Like that. Okay. So now with that done, we should be able to run here. We should be able to refresh here. We should see a +7. Let's see if that works. So a little while back, missed this in the chat. iMoby says, I'm addicted to sleeping. I try every day to kick the habit, but always end up giving in to the deep slumber. Oh boy, PyCharm is installed. I'm about to learn coding for the first time. I'm scared and overwhelmed already. Oh, learning coding for the first time. Take your time, says Hugo, and make sure you get the part you're working on learning before you're moving on. You'll do great. I think that's a great advice. My money's on +8, says Will Bennett. Let's see what happens. +8. I don't know if I can get a +8. Let's initialize player data. Boom, I'm in a breakpoint here. I kind of wanted to really be here instead. So 3 +3, sweet. Bonus string is that. Okay, good. That's all looking good to me. And then over in this world, let's switch over to, like, say, Willie. And click to his page. We should see a +2 spell attack is what we have on that guy. Which I think is right. Is that right? Let's double check that. Because maybe that... Let's see what we have here for Willie. Whoop, that's Wild Fred, not Willie. Here comes Willie. Spells. Nice. +2 and a 10. The DC is, the save is, spell save is a 10. So nice. So there's Willie with the spell casting ability. By the way, if we click to one of the other pages, Willie's intelligence is a 9. This guy's using his intelligence as a spell casting ability. That's why his numbers aren't great there. So Willie's not a great spellcaster. We don't really talk about that a lot. Switching over to Merkin. Switch over to the spellcasting page. Charisma +6. Spell attack, spell save DC. That looks good. And Ava's got a +7 spell attack. Looks like we are smoking up on one of them. And there we go. Sweet. Okay, so that looks good. So we're at least at a ground zero on this with decent numbers that are looking good. Let's go refresh the Dragon Front overlay on the stream. We're going to refresh these on the stream, as well as the dice. Put Fred back in. Let's put the Dragon Brett back overlay. We want to refresh that. And the drone game. We're going to refresh that. Music's going to lose. We'll lose the music for a second. That's all right. We're going to bring it right back as soon as it gets itself back in here. Whew. Wow. What a day. Basically, I guess here's my other tip for you, iMoby, is you don't give up. You just keep going at it. We were after a bug for about 2 hours. That was hard to see, hard to find. And finally, with a fair amount of debugging and all kinds of maybe wild goose chases, we found it and fixed it and understood the problem. And it's so much better to understand. Also, I should say too, when starting out, looks like something's not done loading. What is it? Is it the drone game? The drone game is not done loading yet. I'm going to maybe try refreshing it and starting again. Give it another shot. Sometimes I find that when I refresh these, they kind of need a second bit of encouragement. Don't give up, but take breaks. Yeah, Hugo, totally. Yeah, eventually got the right determination roll. Yeah. So let's see how we're doing here. We're loading up. That looks like it's good. Let's initialize player data. And I did that, but okay, there we go. Cool. So now, folks who've just come in and you are new here, you can see some of the, we'll show you some of the special effects that we've got here. Part of it is done by, let's see if we can get the music going here, by the way. Is that music starting? Oh, I heard it. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't hear it. No one will say this at the beginning. Okay, by the way, I'm seeing the, on over here, I'm seeing the stuff you guys are trying to do on the mainstream. So, looks like we have a signal R problem here. And I'm wondering, do I restart? Because I just refreshed these. I almost feel like I do. All right, let's try this one more time. I'm going to shut down the, I'm going to shut down the apps, and we are going to restart them. And see, and then refresh and reload, and I think that that's going to get the stream to work in here. Get the stream working. That's awesome, Orkan. Orkan says no one will say this at the beginning, but Murphy's rules will rule your world from now on. What can go wrong will go wrong. Okay, so let's go back to the code. Let's start up the overlays. There we go, killed Chrome. Here come the overlays. And let's go, while that's starting up, let's go to my D&D app and get it going. This is the control app. Things are connecting. And let's try one more time. Should I try refreshing? Yeah, I'm going to try one more time because the music's not coming up. So let's take the drone game, refresh that. Boom. With the new connection, I have a feel like this will work. Once I get the music going, then we'll switch and do the other pieces. Is it refreshed? Come on, no music? Oh, wait. We got it. Sweet. All right. Let's see if initializing player data is working. And let's switch. Looks like it's not. Looks like I need a refresh on the back overlay and the front overlay as well. So we'll do those one more time. Okay, there's the back overlay. Oh, and guess who turned it off? I did. There it is right there. Okay, drag in front overlay. Does that mean now with new data this will work? Let's see now if we can cast a spell. Let's cast Chaos Bolt level 3. Oh, it looks like the front overlay needs a refresh. All right, no worries. And let's do the dice too while we're here. Refresh the dice. And resend the data. Sorry, one more time, resending the data. And now...
McLovnuts! Merkin Bushwhacker!
Okay, and now let's try casting Chaos Bolt. Cool. So take a look, folks who are out here for the first time. This is a really super cool effect. Notice the effect is going behind me. I can actually come up and block it, and I can come down as well, and you'll see it behind me. So the effect is both in front of me and behind me, this kind of spinning magical effect. Kind of cool. And then when we roll the dice, here comes the dice roll. Breakpoint. Run. There's the dice roll. Got some cool effects. roll doubles on Chaos Bolt. What's interesting is I did get an option to roll that again. I need to double check the results of that. I'll make a note of that. Chaos Bolt. Bolt double twos. Should get a second option to run it. The other thing that's cool is here in our main app, it just automatically, as soon as I cast that spell, it said, oh, that's a 3rd level spell. I'll take one of those away from you. And so we can kind of keep doing that. Willie over here's got a cool effect on poison spray. Willie's not here, but when he's here, there's his effect right there. Kind of cool. That's going to wrap around him as well. Neat stuff. And roll the attack on that. It's just damage only.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, the sound effects are extremely low. Let me see what I can do about that. Whoops, not there. Sound mixer. Let's see what happens if I do that. It shouldn't make a difference. I've got like an individual control on it for my desktop audio.
Ava.
How's that sound level? How's that sound effect sound? I have ability to check in on this as well. Looks like I'm a little bit behind. I have ability to... That was good. Okay. So cool. At a breakpoint? No, not at a breakpoint. What is happening with the... what's going on with that? Not seeing the dice roll out here for Ava's greatsword. Oh, I know why. Because we switched to Hey Mark. There we go. All right. Let's try again. There we go.
And there's going to be some damage.
Sweet. All right. Let's at least stick with the direction I said I wanted to go. Let's bring up our spec. This is what I want to do. So I need to get this data. I need to get this data down in. That data. So I think it's going to look like this. Let's start working on that at least now. Let's close down the app, the Dungeons and Dragons app. How do you generate the awesome graphics on screen? Well, I got a couple things going on here. I have web overlays on top of, in front and behind the characters. We have a graphics rendering engine that we built on the show. And the rendering engine is just essentially loading up PNGs and showing them one at a time. It's controlling frame rate. We also have a particle system that is live as well that you can see. It can handle about like 3,000 particles at once before it starts to slow down. That's kind of what we got. That's kind of what's going on. So let's just get the start of this going in and sending this data. We basically need groups of information. And the group is going to have a name, a display name like cantrips. It's going to have optional slots and both a filled status and a slot is what it's going to have, I think. Or maybe a digit, a number that's going to say how many slots are filled. So let's create the data to represent this. That's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to close down the Dungeons & Dragons app. Closing it down. Back over here, we should get control in a second. It should, Visual Studio should say, okay, you can start editing now. Any minute now. Really? What's going on? Where are we? Okay. Oh, now it's finally released control. Okay. So, where do we need this data is the question. Yeah, so there you can see some of the stuff that's happening there. Test poof. And those are some of the pieces we built on here. Test poof 330 should give us a purple cloud. Oh, and somebody put a flame cloud out at around the same time. So those are things you can just type into the chat room there to create different kinds of visual effects that Mike is better than yesterday. That's good to hear. Just changing the color here. Let's go to 280. See what we got. It's kind of nice. 270. I like that one. It's kind of a Twitch purple right there. All right, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put this data that we're about to send over. It's low-level data on the TypeScript side, but it's not low-level in our app maintenance side. So I think it makes sense to go inside of our Dungeon Master app, which is this one right here. So yeah, I'm just going to I'm going to grab one of these existing classes here that's got something in it, and I'm going to start creating a new class here. This class is going to be inspired by this. This is going to be I'm going to call this a spell group, I think for now. It's going to have a string property called name. And then it's going to have a optional slot count. That's going to be an int. Or maybe charge count. And then it's going to have another int property, charges used. Maybe we'll call this total charges up at the top. Like that. Then it's going to have, I think, just a list of strings that are going to be these pieces right here. So let's get a list of strings in here. We're going to call these spell names. That's what I think we're doing. What's going on up here? Oh, we think we're still at, we're in edit and continue still. Let's stop debugging. Okay. All right. So there's our spell group. Let's put this in its own file. And we want to send this down with the data for each character. I want to be a little bit careful about this, but so there's our spell group. Character is going to have a list of spell groups right here. We're going to call this, we've got a property called spells already. spell data, I think is what I'm going to call it. Let's go look at spells. What's going on here? I thought we had something here called spells. We do have known spells. Yeah, it's known spells that I think I want to mess with. All right, let's go find it. Okay. You know what? I said it could be used up here, but I was totally wrong. We need it down below. We need it down in D&D core. I said I wanted to remove it, but it didn't move it. No. So it moved it, but didn't. All right, let's delete this. There it is right there. Okay, so we've got spell group here. We need to change this to D&D core. There we go. Tapped an X reference, finally getting it because it's in the right space. Okay, so there's my spell data. And I want to see where we... I want to see where we serialize this is what I want to do. Players. Start game is where the player starts playing the game. And right here is where I want to say build spell groups. Spell group data, like that. And we kind of need to go through our known spells here is what we need to do. So we've got known, not that, spells. Like this. For each known spell. We're going to need to do something else here. We need a dictionary here. We need a new dictionary indexed by integers of spell groups. That's on the clipboard right there. Sorry, new. There we go. And so these are going to be spell groups by level, like that. And then we're going to say if known spell dot level don't I have a level for it? What's going on with this? Known spells. It's only got the name. What am I doing here with known spells? I use it to add spell shortcuts. Let's go look at add spell shortcuts. Well, we could kind of fake it a bit by calling the shortcuts and evaluating the shortcuts. And the reason why is because a Dungeons & Dragons spell can be cast at multiple levels, and I want to show all the places where it can be cast, all the levels it can be cast at, I think. All right, we can do something like this. All right, so let's go in here at least and let's do this. Say all spells dot get spell name We're going to start with some simple data, and we'll maybe come in and enhance this later. So here we got what for spell group? Okay, looks like we want to introduce a local for that. And item dot the name of this group. Well, we need to figure out what the level is on this, is what we need to do. Hold on a second here. Yeah. This is what I'm going to do. So if it contains that key, we're going to return it. Like that. Otherwise, we're going to... actually, what I'm going to do instead is if it doesn't contain it, then I'm going to add it. New spell group. Okay. So there's our spell group that we're going to get this back, and let's do this too. Okay, and then we're going to do a like a switch statement in here. Like that. All right, and then we're going to say that all fails. We're going to say return level. Let's do this. Interpolated string. Like that. Spell group name is there. Called there, so we got the name of the group. And we get the group back. And then we're going to say, let's go in here at the start of this too. And let's set, let's clear out our existing spell data. Oh wait, we want to do this later actually. I want to do this at the end of the function. I want to come into spell groups by level. Can I sort a dictionary? Can I sort the keys? All right, I guess I got to do this. Keys. Sort a dictionary class. Let's use it. I like it. Let's do it. I think you're right. Okay. By the way, really cool here. I just used copy key to copy that whole type declaration. Went over here, hit Control B, and it paste replaced it. So if this was like, say, string or something like that, I hit Control B here. It's going to take that whole thing and select that whole thing and replace it. Or at least I said it is. Did that not work? Copy. Control B is not working. Huh. What's going on with that? Copy. Oh, interesting. It's only doing sorted dictionary. Okay. Even though it highlights the whole thing? Nope. There it took the whole thing. Hold on. And Control B here. Oh, interesting. It's got an intelligent Control B here is what it looks like. But why did this fail to fix it? I saw it work once. Control B. Nothing is happening here. Interesting. Okay. I want to make a note to myself on this. I want to talk to the devs about that. By the way, you guys want to see something cool? I don't think it's in the current version that you guys have, but watch selection increase here. Selection increase, 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 increase. Oh, it's got to be off screen. It's got to, hold on, one more. Watch this. See that UI? So this is showing me the top of the selection up above. It's very cool. Well, showing me the bottom of the selection down here. So it's super cool. Okay, back to the code here. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. All right, here's where we are here. Sorted, sorry. Spell groups by levels, so now a sorted dictionary. So down here, can I sort order by? What do I do here on a sorted dictionary? I think this. Is that going to do it? And does that give me a result back out, or is that a that's just going to do it? It looks like it gives me a result. What does order by do? Does it change? I think it gives me something new. It's what I think it does. So then I got to say to what then? To dictionary? You think I passed something in this? All right, let's look it up. Let's figure out how to use this. Will Bennett says pass a constructor. Sorted dictionary C#. What am I missing? Did I just pass over it? There's nothing passed in here. You know, if you figured with sorted dictionary and the examples, they'd lead with how you get it to sort. Are you kidding me? The type has to be comparable? Well, it does say it's sorted on the key. I guess that's all we have to do. I guess we have to do nothing. I'm going to assume we have to do nothing. So now we've got presumably a sorted group here by level. And then we're going to say of key. And then we're going to say spell data.add of that. See if that works. And let's do one other thing. I want to get this and put it right down here. By the way, the way I did that so quickly, this was up at the top. Let me undo that and I'll show you how quickly I got that. So that is here, right? I'm here. I know it's up at the top. I just hit Shift Tab to go back to the previous one, cut it to the clipboard, hit Escape to get back where I started, go up 2 lines and paste. All right, so that's going to get my spell data and get that all ready to go so we can serialize that out to the world. Just make sure that's sent out. All right. I think that's good. Spell data is ready to be sent. Then the next thing I have to do is I have to declare the same thing down in basically a list of spell groups as spell data. I need something like this down in character. And as we've seen before, it's got to be identically named. So there's that. Let's bring up, declare a new spell group here. And what does spell group look like? That. Wait. I think that's my spell group data right there. Spell data. Splice or equals empty. Oh, right here. That's right. I forgot about that. It's been a while. Back in TypeScript. Okay, good. Thanks for that. Spell grip. We want to let here. Okay, and then we're going to say spell group dot. Whoops, I want the lowercase version of this. Spell group dot name is equal to spell data dot name. And then what's this one going to be? Charges used. This one's going to be total charges. I'm not sure if I can do this or not. I'm not sure if I can assign that, but we'll try it and see what happens. Then I want to come into spell data and push this spell group we just created. And I also want to make sure that we're passing in this to the for each. Right? Isn't that it? I'm not getting any... pretty sure that's right. It's weird I'm not getting... I think that's right. So let's set a breakpoint here. And run it. See what the data looks like coming down. I feel like we're close to finishing the show. Finally, like getting some data. It's a little loud. Uh-oh, we didn't get anything? Oh, that's for lady, though. I think we're okay. Let's keep going. Oh, we don't know the spell? Dancing lights is fine. Firebolt. Mage hand, poison spray, hideous laughter, magic missile, protection from evil and good, shield, mage hand. Got 2 mage hands in there, it seems like. Well, what's the spell name? Hideous laughter, not in there. Okay, cool. That just means we need to change the database here. So we're going to say if not null, then we're going to do this. Oh, whoops. Looks like what am I not get through? I'm adding the name. Yeah, it looks like I need to be doing one more thing here that I'm not doing. Dot spell names dot add, and I need to pass in known spell dot spell name. Okay. All right, so here we go. Oops, spell group is null. Really, I'm not declaring or creating these. Okay. Let's kill everything a second. I want to fix this. All right, let's run. All right, one more time. Okay, initializing player data, which starts the game. Got a spell. Dancing lights. Spell group. We've got a spell group now. And the level is 0, so it's cantrips. The spell group is there. And it's called cantrips. There's the name, so that's looking good. Let's keep going. There's the data. Now we're in the overlays over here, and we've got what looks like a breakpoint, I guess. Can we see what's happening inside of here? So here we go. The group name is first, and what's on with their spell names? Got the spell names there. Sweet. Magic missile, protection from evil and good. Shield. And the spell data, what's the level? We don't have it. We just have the name of it, which is first. I think that's okay. Spell data. So we've got this first one, a cantrips. Yeah, it's going to be okay. The data's in the right order. I think we're okay. I'm feeling like we're at an ending point for the show. I'm not going to draw them out now. I think what I'm going to do instead is get you out of here. But I think we have the data we need to start this next process. So we're not too far from that. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and for helping out. Will Bennett, I would hit the button to say you rock, but I can't because my Stream Deck, all the data got out of that sucker. See if I can show you that right there. I've got one button. All the rest is gone. Nice bug hunt, says Will Bennett. Yeah, I think I can find a Will Bennett rocks. That's Will Bennett rocking right there. Don't eat too much candy. I don't eat candy. I'm on keto, kids. No candy for me. Let's go find someone safe to put someone's hands who are safe to put you in. Who's out there right now? All right. I'm going to send you over to Club W, I think is... and Worldwake, I need to get back to you. It's going to be after lunch. Cold W. Cool W. Send you out over to Cool W here. We'll raid over there. Michael Jolly's out there as well, kids. Honesty in Games is out there. A lot of folks are streaming. But we'll see what happens. Say hi to Cool W for me. Have a good day, kids, and a good weekend.
Copy that. We'll come here, we'll paste that. Oh my goodness, and now we have more raiders. This is amazing. We're gonna run this.